especially at that age, is completely normal. I don't even know how this has made the hairlines. I don't even know how this has made the headlines. How's it going, everyone, and welcome to this video. So here it is, we got this big news story come out a few days ago. David Beckham is going bald. And I was like, how is this even news? It's literally as normal as reporting that David Beckham used to be a footballer. Losing your hair, okay, especially at that age, is completely normal. So listen, this isn't some super clickbaity video, oh, shock horror, David Beckham's losing his hair. What I want to talk about more is how the media kind of show and portray this whole thing to do with a man losing his hair. The way they write about it, the stories they cover, they very much load it in that sense that this topic that can't be spoken about, it's very taboo. David Beckham, he's trying to hide it. He has a secret hair transplant. You know, he's wearing hats all the time. Oh, now he's looking really thin with his trip to the Cotswolds. So we've got this article here from the Mail Online, right? This came out a few days ago. David Beckham sports drastically thinning locks during shopping trip, right? I'm sure you've seen it. And you can see the pictures here, right? 100% guys, is David Beckham's hair thinning? Yeah, absolutely. Like I said at the start of the video, that is 100% normal. All this is, guys, is a really bad photo. The way the angle is, like all the hairs, the way they grow are just pointing directly kind of at the lens, right? They're not sort of laid flat. So one, it looks thin for that reason, but two, look at the sun just literally beaming down on his head, putting it on display, right? It's completely washed it all out and it's made it look super thin, way more thin than it probably actually is. But is he losing his hair? Yeah, and there's literally nothing wrong with that. The fact that his dad is also bald, if he was at this age with literally zero signs of anything and like the thickest hair you've ever seen, that would be more weird, right? Obviously, David, you know, he was famed for his different hairstyles back in the early 2000s, right? He had the curtains, he had the mohawk, he had the sort of highlights, and it was all the rage. So, of course, he's famous for that. And they're very much picking up on this, you know, the fact he was this sort of hair icon and now it's going thin. It's like this crazy story, and it's a story out of nothing. And just to show you how they do this, literally after this article, just a few days later, Beckham's on his Instagram, he's going out for a little cheeky stroll, right? And you think, oh wow, his hair's looking way thicker in this sort of light. Now, could he be using some hair fibers, right? A lot of people are saying that it's probably hair fibers. Yeah, maybe he is. You know, maybe he had put a bit of hair fibers in there. He also wears a ton of hats, quite a lot. It kind of goes in with his sort of like English country gent style that he's kind of rocking. Could it be the fact he is trying to conceal it and hide it? Absolutely. As we know, I'm sure loads of guys watching this video, that is a thing, you know, especially when the media are going to be picking up on it every 5 minutes, you know. He's going to be more kind of conscious of that, and he's not going to want it out there on show. You know, it's kind of shame on these newspapers and whatnot for publishing things like this, because he might read that and feel kind of more shitty about it, but also other guys in that same situation will read it, and the language that they kind of use, the fact that it's all rumours and oh, it's a shock, it's something that he's trying to hide, you know, it just goes further into making guys like that in the same situation feel like it's something they should be ashamed about. And I want to tell you, I'm here to say, this is absolutely nothing to be ashamed about. It's completely normal. I'm 29 years old. You can see my super thin hair all around here, okay? Totally normal. Is it difficult to deal with? Does it suck? 100%. But is it something that it should be a big news story? Oh, I can't believe this is happening. No. So literally the same newspaper 2 days later, oh, here we go, we got another story. David Beckham's instant thatch. Star sports a full head of hair on a run near his Cotswolds home, where he was pictured a few days earlier in the beaming sun with super thin hair. Now it's all the rumours. Oh, is he using these thickening sprays? What's he doing? He's trying to hide it. Now, just to show you how stupid this stuff is, in this original article here, we got some hair restoration experts saying here, you know, despite speculation, we've never been convinced David Beckham has had a hair transplant. The photos show a fast reversal in his hair growth from last year. This isn't typical of a person who's had a hair transplant. It could be that David has paused his medical program, right, Propecia or the minoxidil, and he stopped kind of using that. That's just speculation. So this guy here, this expert, is saying he probably hasn't had a hair transplant. Then literally in this other article, just a few days later, someone else here is saying, in my opinion, looking at pictures of David's hair over the years, he appears to have had a hairline transplant, and perhaps none or just a partial transplant to the rest of his head. So they're just spouting a load of rumours, a load of garbage, making it seem like, again, something that, you know, we should be hiding from and David's hiding from it. And it happens all the time. And this is what I want to talk about, right? How the media kind of portray this thing about hair loss, where it's this taboo thing that everyone's trying to hide from, and you know, it's super secret. Yeah, you know, for some guys it is secret that they are having a hair transplant, or they're wearing a wig, or they're putting in hair fibers, you know. It's not something that people want to announce to the world. But the thing is when you then put that all over the media, it just builds on that sort of anxiety around the topic of hair loss, and it does no favors for the guys who are trying to sort of get through it and own it. Even if it's owning a hair transplant or owning that hair system, if they're seeing all this stuff that makes it feel like it's this big secret, you know, it's gonna reflect on them, and they're gonna feel the same, like, you know, it's something they shouldn't be talking about. And we all know that talking about it, getting out there, owning it, this whole hair loss thing, does absolutely wonders for you. Back here, look, in 2018, it was all the rumors, thin hair here at the pool, and then just, you know, not long after, he's at this sort of conference or whatever it was, sporting a super thick look, right? Guys, again, look at this picture, same angle, the hair's wet, so it's all bunched together in that beaming sunlight, right? So again, it's all kind of washed out, and it does make it look like his hair's thinning. Like I said before, a guy in his 40s, super normal, and it's highly, highly likely. And this kind of goes into, you know, when you're out there searching for answers, looking for help, you know, trying to figure out how you're gonna deal with your own hair loss situation, guys. Be very, very wary of these types of stories. I think a lot of people can probably see it for what it is, just media trying to hype up something that is completely normal. You know, they do it all the time, make a story out of nothing. But if you think about it, you know, if you're constantly seeing things like that, all these people trying to cover it up, not talk about it, hide away from it, the media blowing it all out of proportion, it's not gonna do you, you're not gonna do yourself any favors in dealing with it yourself, getting through that balding once and for all, moving past it, putting it behind you, guys. Be careful where you're getting that information from. You know, on the channel, you know, we keep it real. We share real, genuine stories. It's all about the positivity. It's all about moving past it, getting through it, guys, not hiding from it, having that awkward conversation, because it 100% helps. It 100% helps, right? You feel better getting it off your chest, getting it out there, owning it, owning the look. Guys, I wanted to just talk about this, you know, again, not blow it out of proportion, not jump on the hype. Guys, if you saw this article, let me know what you thought when you read it. Did you spot the BS? Did you see that it was all just a load of silly hype? You know, it's obvious a man of that age is gonna start losing his hair. Completely normal. Guys, I wanna thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Get involved here in the channel, subscribe, people asking questions and that, hit them back up. I wanna thank you once again for watching this video, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Goodbye.
I swear I like your style. Put you in Chanel cause it's just perfect for your smile. Girl, I swear for you I run the world, I'd run the miles. The way you look at me, I think I'm going insane. It's crazy how we started out to what the